Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Great. Give me 1 second while I get the camera situated. Are we expecting any other counsel to be present with their camera on? I know I have some counsel that's in the waiting room, but as attendees, but they declined to turn their camera on. No, we have everyone? Okay.
No one else for waterfall, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Please.
Your Honor, the next matter before the court is civil action number 2483 CV00692, Paul O'Keefe, individually and personal representative of the estate of John Joseph O'Keefe III et al. Versus C&C Hospitality LLC, doing business as C&F McCarthy's et al. Your Honor, for the plaintiff, O'Keefe's, we have attorney Daniel Buck and attorney Mark Diller present by way of Zoom, as well as for the defendant, we have C&F McCarthy's, we have attorney Tamara Holstag and Lincoln Rose. For defendant Waterfall, we have attorney John Deely. For the defendant Reed, we have attorney Damon Seligson and attorney Aaron Rosenberg.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
So at one of our recent status conferences, there had been one deposition that had been conducted. I think the last time we got together, there had been 2 depositions conducted. So I'm hoping there have been at least 4 conducted, but I guess I'll have to find that out. So why don't we start with Attorney Diller on behalf of the plaintiffs?
Yes,
what depositions have been taken?
We've taken all 3 of the depositions that have occurred to date, Your Honor.
So there have been no additional depositions since we last got together?
We took 2 depositions since we last got together. Some of the depositions that were also noticed had been canceled.
Okay. What depositions do you have noticed that haven't taken place?
We have 12 additional depositions noticed that haven't taken place. One of which we had a meet and confer with the Reed team regarding the deposition of Paul Mikowski. We're trying to figure out whether or not we need to move forward with that deposition or whether that's going to become an issue that's live for trial. We also were asked to take the deposition of Karen Reed off for the June 19th, and we're trying to put that on for June 24th, Your Honor.
Attorney Rosenberg, why does that deposition have to be taken off?
Well, because June 19th is a federal holiday, Your Honor, and multiple offices are closed. So we're not, first of all, it was noticed first in, I believe, mid to late July, and then Mr. Diller re-noticed it for June, which is fine if the date's available, but he picked a date where offices are closed and it's a federal holiday and we are not available. We are fine with rescheduling.
I wonder, I wonder how many of the attorneys on the Zoom call have their offices open on that day?
I don't know the answer to that, Your Honor, but I know it's a federal holiday, and if one party determines that they're going to hold a deposition on a federal holiday and the others aren't available, that seems relatively reasonable to me. As I was saying, though, we provided additional dates.
Hang on, Attorney Rosenberg. Just keep in mind in all the discussions we're having today, the context of this case and where we stand and how long discovery has been ongoing and how few depositions have taken place. That's the background that I'm coming from. So it wouldn't surprise me if an attorney would decide to take a day that would be open for most people to conduct a deposition. But your office is closed, so that's fine. I guess it's not going to go forward on that day.
But also, respectfully, Your Honor, the case has been going on for different parties for different lengths of time. My clients only had active discovery pending for a year. Mr. Diller chose one date and then rescheduled to another date. And the second date he chose happened to be a federal holiday. We proposed 4 other dates earlier than what Mr. Diller had first chosen, and we are willing to reschedule it. The only reason that that date doesn't work is because of the particular date that he chose. So we are happy.
So what dates do you have before June 19th?
Before June 19th, I believe we don't have any, because the vast majority of them are taken up with scheduled depositions.
And this isn't directed just to you, Attorney Rosenberg, but it's just beyond belief to me the number of experienced lawyers involved in this case, the length the case has been pending, for however long it's been pending for all parties, and even if it's only been pending for Ms. Reed for a year, that there are so few depositions that have taken place.
Can I address that?
No, Attorney Rosenberg, I don't need to hear all the details. I don't need to hear the nitpicking that someone canceled the deposition, that they put it on a holiday. With all due respect, I don't need to hear that. What I need to hear is, going forward, how you're going to get the discovery done.
That's what I'd like to address. That's what I would like to address.
Go ahead.
So I just want to give you an example, and I'm not looking to nitpick you.
I don't want to hear an example of what happened. I want to know what's going to happen.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, Your Honor. If you'd let me just say that. So, for example, we had depositions of the following 6 individuals noticed.
Attorney Rosenberg, I don't care what has happened now. All right.
No, I'm talking about in the future.
It's obvious that the parties are having difficulty working together. So what I want to hear from all of you is what you're going to do to get this done.
That's what I'm addressing.
Tell me what you're going to do to get this done from your perspective.
That's what I'm trying to address, Your Honor. If you would please let me explain. We have 6 depositions that are currently scheduled in the future for the following 6 individuals who are major witnesses in this case from my client's perspective: Brian and Nicole Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, Allie McCabe, and Brian Higgins. They've been noticed and subpoenaed for a month. Last night at 9:35 p.m., we received an email from the single attorney or firm that is representing those 6 individuals, telling us none of them are available for the dates on their subpoenas. And with one minor exception, none of them are available prior to July 20th. So respectfully, that it's not nitpicking, I believe, to say that the reason that we've had trouble taking depositions in this case is because this is not the first time that the witnesses have, in our view, played games with the scheduling. And so I'm not interested in coming to you every time this happens, Your Honor, but if you want to know why we are struggling to take depositions, it's because third parties are not showing up for subpoena deposition dates. And there's already one motion to compel that has already been served as to the first of those witnesses that you will receive probably in a week or so. And once we confer on this email that came in at 9:35 tonight or last night, unfortunately, it appears you're likely to see a number of other motions to compel on this. And we will, per your instructions in the past, we will do that quickly and we'll get them to you as soon as we can.
So a valid point, but answer this question for me. What was the date that those individuals were first noticed for deposition?
The 6 individuals that I just listed?
Yes.
I don't know off the top of my head. I know their subpoenas were served a month ago.
I bet Attorney Seligson probably is pulling it up on his computer right now as his eyes are casted downward. So maybe he can let you know. So
Doing my best,
a month
Judge.
ago. What's that?
I'm doing my best to get you that information, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So
Okay.
a month ago, Those people were first noticed a month ago.
No, subpoenaed, Your Honor. I said subpoenaed. I said I don't know off the top of my head when they were noticed, but they received subpoenas a month ago for their depositions that are supposed to be in, I believe, in the next week or two. So that's about, what, 5 weeks in advance?
So I guess you're all going to have to engage in motion practice if you can't get people to show up for depositions. Agreed. All right? So you have 6 depositions noticed. Do you have any others than those you just mentioned?
Yes, Your Honor. We have, so this Monday, we have the deposition of Michael Proctor. We had a deposition scheduled for the 10th, which is one of the ones I just described to you. We have I don't need to go through each of them, but yes, there are additional depositions we have beyond those folks. I believe probably 3 or 4 more, including the plaintiffs.
When are the plaintiffs available for deposition, Mr. Diller?
They're currently scheduled the beginning of next month.
And Attorney Diller, what depositions do the plaintiffs have noticed in addition to what has been talked about?
We've noticed Karen Reed, Caitlin Boudreau, Aidan Carney, Janet Reed, Nathan Reed, William Reed, multiple witnesses from C.F. McCarthy's, multiple witnesses from Waterfall, and we have an outstanding deposition that we had scheduled for last week that was canceled by the Reed team based on a meet and confer, and we're going to figure out whether that has to go back onto the calendar.
So with respect to the people from McCarthy, did you consult with Attorney Holstag before you scheduled them?
We have been in constant communication, Your Honor, yes. And multiple witnesses that I just mentioned had private counsel that is not the Reed team here. We had coordinated dates with them based on that outside lawyers' availability together with the availability of the deponents. So those dates were scheduled in a meet and confer with the counsel who represents Karen Reed's family, which is not the Attorney Reed's team here today. So we met with them and set dates based on what they told us their availability is and based on everybody's availability. It's worth noting, Your Honor, and I appreciate the concern that this court has, and it's equally a concern, but to date, there have been 27 canceled depositions, of which
I don't want to hear people pointing fingers or any of that stuff. It's just not productive.
I hear you.
So let me ask Attorney Daly and Attorney Holstag, I assume your employees or company representatives, you've consulted with whoever wants to depose them and you've indicated when they'll be available. Are there other people that you seek to depose that you have noticed and you're having difficulty with? Attorney Holstag?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, in answer to your first question, we've been in consultation with Attorney Diller and his team. We are making our folks available, and the first of our witnesses, one of the co-owners of C.F. McCarthy's, was deposed last Friday. In addition, the folks that we intend to depose would be, of course, the plaintiffs that brought suit against C.F. McCarthy's. And then we have some witnesses, third-party witnesses, that were present at either our bar the evening in question or at Waterfalls. 2 of those witnesses that were at Waterfalls were noticed for deposition today, and subpoenas are going out today.
Attorney Daly?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. In addition to people that are already noticed by other parties, Your Honor, we have 3 witnesses that are noticed for deposition in July, who again were bar patrons of one bar or the other, as well as the state police toxicologist, Your Honor, involved in the Karen Reed investigation.
And when is that last deposition scheduled for?
The state police toxicologist is scheduled right now for notice for July 10th, Your Honor.
Is there a difference between noticed and scheduled?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Apparently there is.
Pardon.
Go ahead.
Just to add one other thing, Your Honor. The other owner of CF McCarthy's is presently scheduled, and we've conferred with Mr. Diller for July 2nd.
Were the 2 owners, were they there that night?
One was.
What, if anything, can the court do to help the parties other than to act expeditiously on any motions that may come before me?
That's all from our perspective, Your Honor.
We'll involve the court with some of the issues that we have outstanding and ask the court's indulgence to act expeditiously.
So what motions have been sent out under 9A and can I expect to receive shortly?
From us, from Ms. Reed, Your Honor, I believe the only pending one right now is a motion to compel production and deposition of Colin Albert. Then there is, I believe it's likely that you'll see similar motions relating to the 6 other individuals that I listed. But we just found out last night that they're apparently unavailable.
I didn't hear the last part of that.
Sorry, as I said earlier, we've only just found out last night that they're apparently unavailable, so that motion hasn't been served.
Did the notice of unavailability indicate any reason or other than they just can't be there?
It says, with respect to the depositions, our clients are not available on the dates proposed in the subpoenas. And then their availability is as follows, almost entirely late July and August. That's it. So we'll confer and try to work that out and get them sooner than that. But if not, you should expect those motions.
Attorney Seligson, did you find the date when they were first noticed?
Yes, Your Honor. They were noticed. The depositions went out on May 5th for various dates in June and May.
And Attorney Rosenberg or Attorney Seligson, how did they get kicked over beyond that? Because it's June already.
Those are the dates that, so Colin Albert refused to appear and refused to produce documents, said his attorney said he was unavailable, and then out of the blue said, now he's only available for another 7 days and then he's gone for the rest of your discovery period. So that was that deposition. The other ones are the ones that I've been referring to today. They've gotten kicked out because we just found out that they're apparently unavailable.
It's good to hear that someone's paying attention to what the deposition discovery deadline is. I'm sure you all are as well, and I anticipate there are going to be motions forthcoming, but nothing's guaranteed here.
From our perspective, Your Honor, all we're trying to do is get it done in the current deadline. I mean, we're with you, and that's why the dates we got last night aren't workable, because it's going to jam everyone up on this call unnecessarily. So we'll try to figure it out. If we can't, we'll bring it to you quickly.
Your Honor, I don't agree with what has been created as a record here today, but I'm not looking to get specific unless this court wants me to, but I just want to say that I don't believe that what was created as a record here for you today is an accurate assessment of how things have transpired, notably with the Colin Albert deposition as well as with some of these other ones.
How would you know that?
Well, I know that because we conducted the deposition of Colin Albert last week. And what had happened originally was that deposition was scheduled in February. It was noticed in February. We blocked the time to have it occur in late April. There was never any subpoena. So that's why I'm using the distinction between a notice of deposition to us. And we were of the impression professionally that we were going to block our calendar and prepare for those depositions, to which we did. That deposition was supposed to take place, I want to say, on or about April 29th. At the 11th hour, that deposition was canceled, and I'm told it was canceled by the Reed team. Then it was never renoticed or put back on the calendar. Sometime on...
Hang on, Attorney Diller. Yeah. I'm sure at some point in the future, I'm going to be asking, in response to requests for more time, exactly what transpired in the past relative to various prospective deponents. So I'll have a chance to look at all of that. But, and again, I don't mean to be dismissive, and I hate to use the word nitpicking, but I just don't want to hear it at this point.
I understand, Your Honor.
Pointing fingers. So what productive things can we talk about today? Let me ask this question. Are any of the counsel on the Zoom call, do they have scheduled vacations that are going to interfere with completing discovery?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your
Okay.
Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Because I know I made a comment about you ruining your own summers, but I'm not here to ruin someone's pre-planned vacation. But hearing that there are none, that's good. So now we can keep moving forward. What else does anyone want to talk about today? All right, so let's pick another date.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, nothing. You had just asked earlier, but we can table that and you'll see it forthcoming that there'll be some motions in the near future.
So what are those motions, Attorney Diller?
Well, I can tell you that as of now, we served a motion to compel, we have a keeper of records subpoena outstanding with Aidan Carney. We also simultaneously and concurrently filed a motion to intervene in the criminal court to get access to materials that are reasonably calculated to lead to discovery of admissible evidence in this case, in the Aidan Carney criminal matter. We have that, those subpoenas were outstanding. They have lapsed. We've never heard from Mr. Carney, but we're confident he's received them because he's gone extensively on his program and talked about his receipt of our subpoenas.
Okay, so, but that's a criminal case, right?
No, we subpoenaed him as a keeper of record in this case. We also simultaneously sought to go in through the criminal case and subpoena the Norfolk District Attorney's Office. There may be overlap, there may not be.
In the case that I'm involved in and I'm overseeing, if you subpoenaed something and you didn't get what you wanted, file a motion.
That's
right?
pending.
And we'll put it on for an expedited hearing.
Yeah, we served it 9A, Your Honor. So I just wanted you asked to tee that up, and I just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Anyone else? Attorney Buck and Attorney Rose, you want to get out of this without saying anything?
Happy to say good afternoon, but with this group, less is often more.
Second that, Your Honor.
All right, so let's pick a date. Are there any depositions scheduled on June 30th?
Yes.
How about June 29th?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess I could say June 19th, but I know the court's not going to be open, so.
Yeah, right.
How about July 1st?
Yes.
Deposition.
I already heard July 2nd is one scheduled.
Yes.
I won't torture you and ask about July 3rd.
I think we've got one scheduled, but
We've got depositions scheduled on July 3rd.
How about June 26th?
I'm not available.
well, we have a deposition scheduled currently. That's one of the ones that may be subject to a motion to compel.
Okay, so someone look at their calendar and figure out someday in the second to last week of June that there's no deposition scheduled.
25th.
25th?
I'm not. Okay. I won't be available. I'll see if somebody else on my team will fill my stead.
Great. I'm sure there'll be a lot of volunteers. How about June 25th at 3 p.m.?
Works for Waterfall, Your Honor.
Great. Hearing no objections, we'll see everyone then. And again, I encourage you, if you're going to file motions, get them in so we can get a hearing date put on the books. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Judge.
To Your Honor.
Thank you all. Just for the record, the matter is continued to June 25th, 2026 at 3 p.m. and that hearing will be held via Zoom. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.